morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today it's time, ladies and gentlemen, we got big old news, and the big old news is the new Pokémon TCG set, Stella Crown. Now, we're doing that annoying thing we tend to do, where I'm starting this video as the Elite Trainer Box has gone up for pre-order on the Pokémon Center. We don't have the actual press release yet, but I'm sure it won't be long. So I'm going to kind of start off here and then have to go from there. It's going to be a bitty video, but don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to bring you everything you need to know. So we got the Elite Trainer Box as it stands at the moment. Here is the official description of the set. Descend into the world below the surface and discover the true potential of the terrestrial phenomenon. The legendary Pokemon Terapagos takes the throne, joined by Cinderace EX, Lapras EX, and Galvantula EX, all wielding brilliant new powers as Stella Tera Pokemon EX. The newly discovered Hydrapple EX leads even more Pokemon EX into battle, and Ace-Spec cards continue to shape up the game in the Pokemon TCG Scarlet and Violet Stella Crown expansion. Nice! And there's a lot to start getting excited about here. One cool thing is, they have confirmed that new Tera type energy I showed you the other day, that is coming in. They are changing the energy back around. That is a thing. That is what they are doing. That is kind of awesome. We figured this was coming, but it's still nice to have confirmation that it is actually completely and utterly true. So yay! We assumed it would be coming. It now is coming. Now, in terms of the Elite Trainer Box, and look, I've told you this before, but let's just be perfectly clear. It is up for pre-order on the Pokémon Center right now. Go and pre-order it. Now, you can pre-order it while you listen to the end of this video, or you can wait to the end of this video, or you can pause this video, go and watch it, and then come back to the rest of the video, which might honestly be the best way around. But regardless, those are your options. I would recommend very highly, if you want to get a pre-order in for this, to do it sooner rather than later, because of course, sometimes these things sell out on the Pokemon Center, sometimes they don't, but I would recommend getting in there sooner rather than later. And with the Elite Trainer Box, we've got the full design of it. Obviously, we got a full Terapagos theme here. That shouldn't really surprise anyone. The dice, is that a bluey dice? I want to say it's a bluey kind of dice. I don't know, something along those lines. But we got the dice and the counters, which look fine, not particularly special. We've got the sleeves that look basically exactly like we would generally expect them to look. Oh yeah, and we know what the promo is. We know that the promo here is a Noctowl, and obviously, usual deal here, there will be a regular and a Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer Box. The Pokemon Center exclusive will be $10 more and only available at the Pokemon Center, which, remember, only ships to the UK, US, and Canada. And as well as 2 extra packs for your $10, you will also get a stamped version of the Noctowl promo. So regular in the regular Elite Trainer Box and both in the Pokemon Center exclusive. And then you get your stamped version of it, which is rather lovely. And for what it's worth, the Noctowl is busted. It's one I showed you before. It's one that's coming around in Stellar Miracle, the equivalent Japanese set. It's the one whereby, the attack is garbage, right? But the ability says, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, if you have any Tera Pokemon in play, doesn't have to be a Stella Tera or any of that, any will do, you get to search your deck for any 2 trainer cards and put them in your hand. This is a very good card that I do expect to see a bunch of play. This is a cool Noctowl, and presumably what they're doing here is they're going to be taking the Noctowl out of the set so that they can use it as a promo here. Although, as a little side note, this is a brand new illustration rare. We've not seen this one over in Japan. It's going to be in Stellar Miracle, right? We know it's going to be in Stellar Miracle, but as it stands at the moment, this is not actually a card we've seen, so this is a rare example of us getting a card before Japan. Now, in terms of the Tera EXs that we've been told are coming, they are the 4 booster pack artworks. So we got Terapagos, we've got Lapras, we've got Galvantula, and we've got Cinderace. And in terms of those cards, we have seen Terapagos and we have seen Lapras. We've not yet seen Galvantula and Cinderace, although I did show you a product the other day which gave away that these 2 were coming. So I did tell you the other day they were coming. It's now been 100% confirmed. As for those Pokemon, like I say, we've seen them. They're from Stella Miracle. And we know that this is a set which is really built up in terms of Tera Pokemon. So your Terapagos does 30 damage for each of your Pokemon in play, although it cannot be used on your first turn. Sorry about that. But we got a new stadium that lets you have 8 bench Pokemon as long as you've got a Terrestrial Pokemon in play. And we've got ourselves a new Ace spec, which reduces the cost of a Tera Pokemon's attack by 1. There are a bunch of cards here that are, and obviously, the previously mentioned Noctowl, there are a bunch of cards here that specifically help Tera Pokemon. This is a set which is really focusing on Tera Pokemon. And also, it wasn't in the press release, but we can say with a pretty high degree of certainty here that we know that Orthworm EX is going to be in the set, because we're just taking Stella Miracle at this point. Expect that set to be in here. Hydrapple, we've also seen it's an interesting enough Pokemon. Does 30 damage for each energy attached to this Pokemon, and it's got an ability that lets you attach a basic grass from your hand to one of your Pokemon and heal 30. As for your Lapras, that's the other Tera one that we've seen. Free energy, and you get to look at the top 20 cards of your deck and attach any energy you find there. Somebody at some point is going to find a way to break this card. So quick peek behind the curtain here. As I've been recording the first part of the video, the press release has now been released. Here's what it says. In Scarlet and Violet Stellar Crown, players will be able to immerse themselves in the terrestrial phenomenon first seen in the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet video games with the introduction of Stellar Tera Pokemon EX to the Pokemon TCG. Each Stellar Tera Pokemon EX will have a special Stellar attack with names inspired by various gemstones, which will cost 3 different types of energy to use. As a side note from your old pal Wassy here, there's no other new mechanic here. They've just got weird attack costs, but apparently the attacks are pretty good, which to be honest, so far they kind of are. In addition, the upcoming expansion also features unique illustrations highlighting the brilliant crystalline qualities of the Stellar Tera Pokemon EX. Players can also look forward to encountering Archaludon, Hydrapple, and the legendary Pokemon Terapagos, originally discovered in the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, making their official debut in the Pokemon TCG. Now, we know we're getting free A-Spec trainer cards, which basically tells us this is Stella Miracle. It's not Stella Miracle and another set. If another set was being brought in here, then we would have 6 A-Specs, but we don't. We have 3. So that kind of tells you what you need to know. 10 EX and 4 Stellar Tera Pokemon EX. The Stellar Tera are Cinderace, Galvantula, Lapras, and Terapagos. That is confirmed. There will be no more. As for the other 10, gee whiz, that's a lot. That is far more EXs than we would generally expect. Where are they finding all these extra EXs? Because there are not that many EXs in Stellar Miracle. Technically, they haven't revealed the whole set yet, but I'm telling you right now, there are not that many EXs in Stellar Miracle. Oh my goodness, where are they coming from? Battle Academy. The Battle Academy was released in Japan and had a bunch of extra EXs that haven't made their way over here yet. And I've started getting questions from you lovely ladies and gentlemen about where they're coming from. Here. They're coming from here. So, obviously some of them have already been released in other places, but the ones that haven't are going to be in this set. Houndstone, for instance, a second Houndstone EX is going to be in here. So, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. I know it seems weird, but it's not actually that out of the ordinary because we are missing a bunch from the Battle Academy. That's got to be where the extra EXs come in here. 13 illustration rare Pokemon, 6 special illustration rare Pokemon and supporter cards, and 3 hyper rare gold etched cards. Cool. The illustration rares are a bit weird to me. We generally get 12 in a set, minus 1, which is a knockdown, which should bring us down to 11. We're actually up to 13, so there are a couple of extra ones there, which are a little bit interesting to me. We do still have outstanding from a long time ago, and I'm not saying this is it, but I am saying we have a Squirtle and we have a Bulbasaur that came around a while ago at this stage in a set over in Japan that we haven't had over here. I am not saying that they are the ones coming in here, but I am saying that those ones are missing, and I don't know where they're coming from, and it would make sense. We'll have to wait and see on that one, but there's 2 extra illustration rares. 12 from Stella Miracle, minus a knockdown for the Elite Trainer box makes 11, so we're missing 2. There's 2 extras coming. They could be them. That would make sense. I should mention, also up for pre-order on the Pokemon Center right now, we do have booster boxes at retail, sleeved booster packs, same as regular booster packs, but this time they're in a sleeve. And then we also have your traditional booster bundles. Remember, for special sets, big fan of booster bundles, because you cannot just go and buy packs on booster boxes. But obviously, this is a regular set. You can just go and buy packs and booster boxes. So your booster bundles are 6 packs at the price of 6 packs. Doesn't mean they're bad, but it does mean that there's not a particular reason to buy them. Whereas with the special sets, I always tell you they're amazing. But the difference is with the special sets, you can't just go and buy a booster box or a bunch of packs, which makes them significantly more enticing. But like I say, that's not where we are here. And we do have a little bit of an update over on the official website, but there's nothing particularly exciting there other than, of course, because I haven't told you this yet, the confirmed release date of September the 13th and over 170 cards in total. Nothing more than that, unfortunately, in terms of anything else. There's no other relevant information there that I didn't cover elsewhere. But the release date of September the 13th, I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen. What am I going to do? Get through the whole video and forget to tell you the release date? Nah, mate. To be fair, when I started the video and I only had the listing of the Elite Trainer box, didn't have the release date. But I do now. It's September the 13th. And you do now, because I've told you, and I've told you everything we know about Stella Crown, everything you need to know for the moment. So now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all of this. Tell me how hyped you are for this set and Stella, Tera, Pokemon EX, and everything else. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Stegaraptor, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person, and has helped us out with a bunch of stuff in the past, to be fair. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.